Freshman year of college, I overheard the boys in the room above me call me a 6 out of 10. So for context, my freshman year, I was in room 108, and these boys were directly above me in room 208. The windows were basically like this. And whenever my window was open and whenever their window was open, I could hear everything that was going on. This friend group of boys would always meet in 208 and they would smoke together out of the window. So one night I'm going to bed, it's like 1 a.m. and they're in 208 all together smoking. As I'm falling asleep, I have my window open because it's hot in my room. I like to sleep in a ridiculous cold room, and what do you know? I can hear their whole conversation. But things start to get a little crazy when I hear my name get brought up. At the time, I was in a class with two of them, and one of them had a very distinct voice. Like, you know those voices when they speak, you're just like, yep, that's that person. And it's like, you don't even have to know them that well to recognize their voice. Well, I could very distinctly hear this one boy start talking about how he has a class with me. And the other one's like, oh yeah, like we all have a class together. Then one of them chimes in and says, yeah, she was one of the first girls I saw on Instagram when I decided I was going to Northeastern. I saw her Instagram and I was like, damn, she's so hot. Well, starts off great. Like, I'm not gonna be, mad if someone calls me hot, whatever. But then the one with the very distinct voice starts talking about how in the class that we have together, I don't look nearly the same. They pull up my Instagram. Sounds like they're passing the phone along because you're hearing, each of the boys' opinions about me. The one with the very distinct voice. I feel like I need to come up with a name for him, so we're just gonna call him Darren, okay? So Darren is the one that I had a class with, and Darren is also the one that has a very distinct voice. So Darren decides he wants to chime in, and Darren says, oh, she does not look like that in real life. She looks like a 9 out of 10 on Instagram, and a 6 out of 10 in real life. Obviously, after I heard them say this, I was shocked. I was very upset. And, the Darren, I think we're calling him, I forget. After he said that, all the other boys were like, oh yeah, like she's not even hot on Instagram. Like she's not even like that pretty. Like, I don't know what like you're saying. She's not even a 9 out of 10. Really ripping on me for no reason. Eventually their conversation moves on. But obviously I don't. I'm still like so upset and so mad. But if you know anything about me, you will know there is no way someone is gonna wrong me and get away with it. I decided the second that I saw Darren the next day, I was gonna confront him. For some reference, we were all abroad together our freshman year, and it was a very small group of us, so I knew that the likelihood of me seeing him was high. So what do you know? I'm walking home from class, back to my dorm building, and I see Darren. He's walking to class, I'm walking back from class. His AirPods in, so I stop him, I tap him on the shoulder, I go, you're Darren, right? And he's like, he looks at me all confused, he's like, yeah. And I'm like, so I actually just wanted to let you know I'm in the room right below you and all your friends, and last night I actually did hear everything that you guys had to say about me, and I just wanted to let you know that like I know what it feels like to be in a dark place. I know what it feels like to be insecure and feel down on yourself. So if you ever need someone to talk to or someone to relate to, I just wanted to let you know I am here for you, and you can always reach out to me. His jaw was dropped, to say the least. He looked at me like, the only words that he could get out of his mouth were, I am so sorry. And I looked at him and I gave him a great big smile and I said, no, seriously, it is totally okay. And I walked away. Now, of course, he told all his friends that I heard what they all said, but of course he didn't tell them how I confronted him. No, that would be way too embarrassing for him. So he just decided to leave that part out. You know, at the end of the day, if he was going through something and he was obviously very insecure, then it was probably worth it. So, best of luck to you, Darren. I hope that you're doing well out there.
She really handled that like a boss. Instead of firing back, she flipped the script and showed Darren some unexpected kindness. That he didn't see that coming. Nothing stings quite like someone taking the high road when you're in the wrong.